Hello and welcome, all friends and devotees of yoga and Buddhist meditation. Um, Today is June the 17th, 2019. June the 17th, 2019, which is Monday, of course. Monday, June the 17th, 2019. I'm going to proceed with this lecture series on the wisdom, the oracle. I call it the oracle of Grandmaster Singyu, one of the greatest Buddhist personalities of our time. Since moral cultivation is the basis of interpersonal relationships, we need to cultivate our morality in order to strengthen ourselves so that we can better serve our friends, family, profession, society, and country. The following are some key ways to cultivate our morality. The following are some key ways to cultivate our morality. 1. These are the ones I call the golden keys. Again, for my students, I want you to have your pen and paper ready. Those who have wisdom, who are trying to cultivate wisdom, have your pen and paper ready so you can jot down points of wisdom. Use it to live wisely, improve and benefit yourselves and your lives, and improve yourselves. Increase your value by increasing wisdom. So always have your pen and paper and make sure you jot down some points. It's impossible to listen to a saying of wisdom and say, I didn't find anything to jot down. Then you're not a good student. A good student should be able to study wisdom, and a good student should be able to find a point of wisdom which will benefit himself or herself, which will benefit your life. So find some good points. This is the oracle, the wisdom of Master Singyu, Venerable Master Singyu, one of the greatest Buddhist personalities of our times. 1. The first golden key. Frugality in our lifestyle. If we are greedy and vain, always indulging in sensual pleasures, we will inevitably engage in unwholesome deeds that may lead to the destruction of our family or even cost us our life. Li Shangyin, a famous poet of the Tang dynasty, once noted the achievements of past sages, countries, and families teach us that success comes from frugality and failure from extravagance. Success comes from frugality and failure from extravagance. However, frugality is not being miserly, but rather practical, without pretension. It is to be fully clothed without vanity, well-fed without gluttony, living simply in our daily life and comfortable with our necessities. It is hard to go from a luxurious life to a frugal one, but it is much easier the other way around, warned Sima Guang, a writer of the Song dynasty. Regardless of our family fortune, if we have grown accustomed to excessive spending, poverty will be waiting for us, just around the corner. By contrast, if we are prudent with our money and cherish what we have, then we can certainly accumulate savings over our lifetime. Savings. We can definitely accumulate savings over our lifetime. Therefore, frugality is the key to a better financial life. Write it down. Frugality is the key to a better financial life. The second golden key of Master Singyu. Okay. Second treasure of wisdom he hands to us. Diligence. Diligence in our career. We live in a society that abides by the law of evolution, where survival of the fittest is the norm. If we want to establish our career, we must rely on our effort and diligence, because if we only rely upon family support or influence, we are doomed to fail. There is reward only in diligence, and nothing beneficial comes Nothing beneficial comes from indolence. According to an old Chinese saying, diligence can certainly improve our life because it is the best remedy for the lack of talent. A person of humble origins is not necessarily destined for a life of poverty because poverty can be overcome through hard work. Poverty can be overcome through hard work. If it were not for the sweat and unyielding determination of its founder, Kiichiro Toyoda, the Toyota Motor Company would not have become one of the world's largest manufacturers of automobiles today. Therefore, diligence is the key for establishing one's career. Diligence is the key of establishing one's career. And Master Sing-Yun here gives example with Kiichiro Toyoda. Everybody knows Toyota company. Okay, this guy was very, very diligent, very, very hardworking gentleman, very determined and very diligent, and he succeeded. Okay. Number 3, modesty. Modesty in our relationships. Modesty is the secret to successful interpersonal relationships. No matter how educated we may be, we will not be highly regarded by our supervisor if we are arrogant. No matter how good looking some people are, they will never win praise if they are conceited. No matter how capable people are, friendships will forever elude them if they do not practice humility. Okay, humility, important, right? While modesty is the best way to avoid another's jealousy, respect is the best way to prevent another's insult. And Zheng Guofang, a general of the Qing dynasty, said Zheng Guofang, a general of the Qing dynasty. Okay? Respect is the best way to prevent another's insult, declares Zheng Guofang, a general of the Qing dynasty. In order for us to be well liked and respected, we must be modest and humble in our manners. Therefore, modesty is the way to treat others. Calmness in our conduct. Calmness in our conduct. One can eliminate unfriendliness if one is cordial in receiving others, while getting angry is detrimental to one's health. Moreover, anger often drives us to make a mountain out of a molehill, transforming rational behavior into irrational outrages. It is easy for us to make the wrong decision when we are angry. On the other hand, being calm and composed allows us to remain level-headed and reasonable. Equanimity is the best defense against stubbornness, irritability, and impatience. As an ancient sage once said, maintaining one's composure is the first step toward pacifying one's agitation, so one can calmly reduce large difficulties into small ones and small ones into nothing. Therefore, we should exhibit calmness in whatever we do. Now, Master Sing-Yun is going to summarize for us as he always does, and as the Buddha had this great tradition of doing through the Dhammapada Sutras, which I translated to African language. Master Sing-Yun summarized this whole wisdom in a nutshell. He writes, "It is very dangerous to be unaware of our own mistakes. It is very dangerous to be unaware of our own mistakes and shortcomings. We should not just blame others for their mistakes and shortcomings. We should instead reflect on our own actions to see if they are right or wrong, good or bad, proper or improper. Moreover, it is important for us to remember that it is easier to deal with the external or material matters than internal ones. Likewise, it is easier to train our body than to discipline our mind. To get things done than to deal with people, and to read words than to understand their true meaning. The above 4 keys can serve as guidelines for cultivating ourselves morally. Reflect and meditate on these great teachings for us. A word is enough for the wise. Namo Amitofo.